Well, congratulations to Jamie Newman for making probably the dumbest decision of any college athlete in 2020. A lot of you have been asking me to make a video about this, what my thoughts are on Jamie Newman not getting drafted, so I'm going to do it now while I'm already pissed off. It's been raining and storming here for about 2 days straight. I'm in desperate need of a 900-year-old man to build me a boat. If anybody knows of one, please send them this way, but the internet is out. Yes, I called and yelled at the internet people. Yes, I recorded the phone call. Unfortunately, I can't upload it because the internet doesn't work. So I'm yelling into my cell phone now. I'm pacing back and forth through the house, and I figured this would be a good time to yell and scream about Jamie Newman. Now, first of all, people are going to say, "Well, you was all over Jamie Newman when he announced he was coming to Georgia. You was in love with Jamie Newman." Yeah. Look at our options, nitwit. It was Jamie Newman, a guy who had years of starting experience in the Power Five. I know it was Wake Forest. I know it was the ACC. Again, compare it to what we had. We had absolutely nothing. Nothing. We had either Stetson Bennett, DeJuan Mathis. Neither of those guys had ever taken a snap at UGA, a meaningful one, ever. And you had JT Daniels, of course, who was injured in the summer. And don't even get me started on that now. So Jamie Newman comes in. So yes, I was excited to have Jamie Newman. Okay, shoot me. What do you want me to? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? And it's not like I'm the only idiot who thought Jamie Newman was a good QB. If you go back and look at the 2021 draft projections from last summer, Jamie Newman was projected as a late first round, early second round draft pick. He was basically projected as the fifth or sixth best quarterback in the draft that we just had yesterday. What does he do? Well, he decides to quit on the damn team basically 2 weeks before the season starts. So forget the fact that he screwed himself. He screwed UGA. I mean, UGA prepared all offseason thinking Jamie Newman was going to be the starter. He leaves us high and dry 2 weeks before. Now, and I've made videos about that already. I'm going to focus on the draft, yada, yada, yada. Well, how'd that work out for you, sir? Inquiring minds want to know. How did that work out for you? He has to be the player in college football that took the biggest hit by sitting out, by opting to sit out for last season. Now, you had a couple other people that sat out and still got drafted in the first round. Micah Parsons, Jamar Chase. These were elite. I mean, these guys were top 10, top 15 picks the minute they came out of high school, these guys. Jamie Newman was never that. Jamie Newman was never that. But with a good season at Georgia last year, he would have had an opportunity, I think, to at least be drafted somewhere in the first couple of days of the draft, maybe round 3, whatever, right? Now, a couple of things worked against him. Nobody, and I mean nobody, not even Alabama or Florida fans, knew that Mac Jones and Kyle Trask were going to have the types of seasons that they ended up having. Not that Alabama fans didn't like Mac Jones and not that Florida fans didn't like Kyle Trask. They did. Kyle Trask in particular had been good the year before. Now, Mac Jones, it was kind of an unknown. He had never really played that much. But nobody, I don't care how big of a Bama homer or Florida homer you were, you didn't see that coming. You didn't see those types of numbers coming. You didn't. The NFL didn't see it either. Again, go back and look at the mock drafts from last summer. Jamie Newman was ahead of Kyle Trask and Mac Jones in every one of those mock drafts. Well, we all know Kyle Trask and Mac Jones went out and had absolutely unbelievable seasons. I mean, just lights out. That obviously hurt Jamie Newman, right? The rise of Zach Smith hurt Jamie Newman. Zach Smith had an amazing year. The quarterback at BYU ended up going number 2 overall to the Jets. Again, go back to last summer's mock drafts. The year before that, in 2019, Zach Wilson had 11 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. He wasn't even on the radar when it came to the NFL draft. He had an amazing 2020 and vaulted himself all the way up to the number 2 pick, right behind Trevor Lawrence. Now, do I feel bad for Jamie Newman? Well, yeah, of course I do. I mean, I don't revel in the fact that a guy goes undrafted. I mean, even though he never played for Georgia, but well, we trash talk on this channel, but these are lifelong dreams for these kids to make it to the NFL, to get drafted, to hear their name called. Kyle Trask, Mac Jones. I couldn't be any happier for them. And I hate Florida and Alabama. So I do feel bad on a level for Jamie Newman that he went undrafted. Now, he'll land somewhere. He already did. I can't remember where now. Undrafted, free agent, whatever the hell, blah, blah, blah. He'll never start in the NFL. We all know that now. But so I do feel bad for him. But on the other hand, you kind of got what you deserved. You kind of got what you deserved. You were not a elite NFL prospect. You were not Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields were the two QBs who could have sat out last year probably. Trevor Lawrence would have been the number 1 pick in the NFL draft his senior year in high school. He didn't have to play college at all. He definitely didn't have to play last year. Justin Fields had over 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards in 2019 with only 3 interceptions. Okay? He was going to get drafted in the first round, whether he played this past season or not. They played. Trevor Lawrence suited up and played in every game except the 2 he got hurt. Justin Fields suited up and played in every game, including the one he got hurt. He got broken half in a game and couldn't even stand up straight. He looked like the hunchback of Notre Dame running around out there, and still played and led his team to a national title appearance. Yeah, they got mollywopped by Alabama. So did everyone else. They played. In the case of Trevor Lawrence, he even suffered an injury. And that's what you hear. Oh my God, what if they play and they get hurt? Well, Trevor Lawrence got hurt, still went number 1 overall. Justin Fields suffered an injury, didn't miss any time, but suffered an injury, went number 11 overall. Jamie Newman quit to quote unquote focus on the draft, a draft that he went undrafted in. So, I'm not happy that he went undrafted, but there's a little bit of whatever you want to call it, karma. I don't know. And obviously, I'm coming at this as a Georgia fan. It hurt Georgia early in the year not to have Jamie Newman because of the options we had behind him, which were no options at all. Stetson Bennett and D'Wan Mathis. So regardless of what any of us think about Jamie Newman, and some of you think he was really good and some of you think he was really bad, I think you all know he was better than Stetson Bennett and D'Wan Mathis. Now, would that have affected Georgia's record? Could Georgia have beat Alabama if they had Jamie Newman instead of Stetson Bennett in that game? Could Georgia have beat Florida if they had Jamie Newman instead of Stetson Bennett and D'Wan Mathis? Probably not. Probably not. I think the games would have been more competitive. The Alabama game especially, we didn't even score in the second half. I mean, we were beating Alabama at halftime with Stetson friggin' Bennett. And couldn't score in the second half, so. But, I mean, you can look back and do the what-if game all you want. And that's not even the point. The point is he left Georgia high and dry. He was pegged to be Georgia's starting QB all offseason, and he quit 3 weeks before the season started. I don't care. You can call it opting out. You can call it whatever you want. He quit 3 weeks before the season started to focus on the draft. And then he sat around and watched the draft for 3 days, just like I did. I didn't hear my name called in the draft either. Mr. Newman. I hope y'all are happy. You got me ranting and raving. Have a good morning.